All right. Good evening, everyone. So, hope you all are doing great, and I hope you can see my video as yeah. Good evening, everyone. I hope you can see my video. Can you raise your hand and show me? Yeah, you can, right? Right. Here we go. Yeah. So, welcome to Project 9A in 6 months, Batch 2 Introduction Program. So, all of you are here with a dream, right? Okay, so that's a great thing. Whenever we do something, we should have a goal, we should have an idea. And then when we put the correct steps on it, what we will do, we will definitely achieve that. So that's how all the great people in the world, they have achieved something. And congratulations for you all. So put your effort, put your knowledge and everything, and one day you will achieve. And this time we are going to make it easier for you through our Project 9A. So first of all, let's look at who we are. Where are you? All right, people. So can you all see the screen now? There was a internet issue. I hope you can see. Give us a minute. Yeah. So I hope you can see the screen, right? So people, first of all, let's us introduce our school and our online platform. We are IH Sri Lanka, one of the government approved institution and school in Sri Lanka. We have many layers in our organization. We have our own school, our bio unit, and our special Edexcel Cambridge, which is London syllabus based, and also our higher education unit. So let me share some interesting story about our organization. Actually, I was in Dubai and came back to Sri Lanka and started. First of all, I started the Edexcel and Cambridge unit for UK and Dubai students. And when we were growing, I wanted to start something else. Then we started our bio unit for GCE A-level students. Okay, so then we noticed one day something interesting where most of the O-level students are having difficulty to enter bio. Okay, so then there was a trouble. People are like breaking their head, like they are unable to get a good or decent or a best pass in GCE O level. Then what I did was like we introduced something called Easy Way to 9A. You are coming under Project 9A, right? There is something already we have, which is called Easy Way to 9A, which is one and only one-to-one online school and plus class in South Asia, not only in Sri Lanka, but also as a whole in South Asia. So that is for like one student will have 9 teachers. Okay. So not group, individual. And it was super great and students performed really well. And then, but it's very costly, right? Because for one student, you will have 9 teachers. Yeah, it's costly. And hence, this we do full time. And also we do that as an on full time, as an specially online school from morning to evening, like you go for school, right? The same way. So, and then to make everyone accessible, we now introducing Project 9A in 6 months. Okay. So, and this is about our platform and talking about our school, our physical school, which is located in Sri Lanka, Kandy Akurana, the only Dubai standard school in Sri Lanka, which is called James Wellington International School. So if you were in Dubai, you know, there is a James Wellington International School in Dubai as well. So same standard, we have our own in Kandy physical school. Okay. And also, as I said, higher education platform after your A levels and all, there is another studies, right? So we mainly do ACCA classes. So I'm an ACCA lecturer and I'm an ACCA qualified person. So we do that, and as well as we closely working with ANC Education. They are number one US degree providers in Sri Lanka. So we are a we are a firm which work along with them. So for higher studies, okay. So this is about us. And also you can visit our Facebook page. If you type simply, like if you're not familiar with Facebook, if you Google IHL Lanka Facebook page, you can see all our online school class and all the details. So as well as if you type GEMS Wellington International School, not Dubai, but Akurana, you will get our school. You will be able to see. Okay. So, and then if you type in IH Lanka in YouTube, you will see all like our Dubai, like we do international classes also, especially Dubai based. So you will find all those classes and our bio unit and your classes, easy way to know, easy way to know in an online school, and your classes, Project 9 in 6 months. So this is about our organization. Okay. And about me, so I'm Salman Munawar. I'm an ACCA qualified candidate and ACCA UK qualified and chairman of Institute of Higher Education Lanka and director of GEMS Wellington International School. And I'm an ex-auditor in and ex-fund accountant in KPMG Sri Lanka, ENY Dubai, ENY Saudi Arabia, and also I was part of EY UK FITS team in UAE. And also I was a fund accountant in ADFG Abu Dhabi. So this is one of my picture, like one of my favorite picture in Dubai. I was part of what do you call? Recording stopped? Is it so? No, it's going on, right? Okay, thank you. So you are a role model. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, then you have to grow really big. Okay, I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell more about me then. Okay, so this is the height you have to touch. So this is one of the best ever photo. I was not interested in taking photos, people. Like nowadays we are kind of right, but I'm not. And this is I think out of the many official photos, this is the one my close to my heart. This we took in Sheikh Zayed University. That is one of the best university in the world and almost the number one university in UAE, Dubai. Okay, so the King's University. So we were there for a student program, and my student program who got the first place, and over there it's first place mean for a project. Over there it's first place mean not just a gift and prize and certificate for the students. The government will implement the project, which means government will fund, pay money, and the students will go and do the project in real life. It's really interesting. And my students got the first place, and that was the greatest day in my life because they were very young after O level and A level, but they are inside university. Okay, but it was a very great day. That was one of the day I met most of the Arab people, because you don't see them generally, Arab people in UAE. And when it comes to my schooling, people, I'm an old Trinitarian. So this is my school. And as I said, my education background, I'm an ACCA holder and UK degree holder, and KPMG Sri Lanka, which is one of we call it Big Four company in the world. Big Four means only 4 big company in the world. All the other companies that comes under that. So I was working for 2 Big Four. One is KPMG Sri Lanka. The other one is EY Dubai, UAE, and EY Saudi Arabia. And as I mentioned already, I was working as part of EY UK FITS team, which was a special team, London-based team, and ADFG Abu Dhabi. And then, I said about presently what we are, like chairman of Institute of Higher Education Lanka and the lecturer plus director of GEMS Wellington International School. So shall we move? Okay, are you ready? Right. So project 9A, the path. Okay, so as I said, we were doing so many things, like especially the London syllabus part, which I am really interested, because the quality of education is very high when it comes to Edexcel and Cambridge. They have O level, A level, and all, like you all. So then we were doing, as I said, one-to-one online school and class, one-to-one. As I said, 1 student and 9 teachers. For each subject, there will be teachers. And then I was wondering, okay, like most of the students should go for 9A results. Okay, that was my dream. Now you said you are my role model, right? So my biggest dream is want to produce more 9A students in Sri Lanka. Okay, so then we were doing easy way to 9A, and I wanted to make everyone accessible. So therefore, we have introduced that. So let's see how it's going to work. So people, for 9A results, these three are the fundamental factor. Okay, if there is a parent who is like, who are like craving kind of, my son or daughter should go for 9A, means, okay, this is the blueprint, people. This is the plan, method. So, but you shouldn't miss any of those. All right. So the first thing is the system. You should have a method. So especially when it comes to South Asia or Sri Lanka compared to other part of the world, what we don't have is, what we really miss is system. When you take any schools or any classes or whatever, you don't not follow a system. So when you do not have a system, people, you definitely will fail. Like, you don't have a map, let's say. That's a system, right? You are going to from, let's say, these days, trip days, right? We are going to Nuwara or we are going to downtown, or like, let's say, Galle or Hambantota or Trinco. If we do not have a map, especially the Google map, what we are using, that's a system. Can you see that system? If we don't have a map, we are not going to reach that place, which means we are going to end up in somewhere else. So this is called system method, but you don't need to know about it. Okay. Only thing is you should use it, right? But the system should be there. So as a student, you have to use the system. That is Project 9A. You have to enter and go as per the map. Then once you set the map, that's why we set now itself. That's why we say Project 9A in 6 months. Why is that? Because we have set the map. Do you know, like when we set the map in Google, it will show at what time you are going to reach. And if you are in Colombo and all, it will calculate the traffic and all. Do you know that, right? Yeah. See, the system, it know precisely when we will reach, where we will reach, and what would be the outcome. Exactly. So when you have a system, you know what you are going to do. So when you do not have a system, you are going to fail. It can be in real life. Yeah, let's say you are traveling, or else in exam. So that's why most of the students are like failing or going for very poor results, because there is no system here. Okay. Right. So, but here, when it comes to Project 9A, you are going to get the system. The map is there. That's why we call it Project 9A in 6 months. All right. Fine. Then number 2, teachers. Okay. You have to come across teachers. Okay. I used to say this story, like recently only happened. I'm like really sharing this story many times, but it's a wonderful story. That is, I met a teacher, like actually I was looking for a teacher for one of my university, sorry, not university. She's doing postgraduate, after university. Right, degree part, she's doing that. And she was asking for a teacher, okay? And then for her, if we are selecting a teacher, it should be the best teacher, right? Because postgraduate, she's doing a degree, and for her, a teacher. So then for language, okay, especially English. And then we were like out of our teachers, and we were like, there are teachers pools and all this was and all. And finally we got a teacher. Like I'll say, like, I have like done around 2,500 minimum, 2,500 teachers interview. I have interviewed, okay. Out of the 2,000 minimum, maximum, I think around 5,000 till now, last 5 to 10 years. Out of the 2,500 to 5,000 teacher, the best teacher, if you ask me, that's this teacher. Her name is Chevi. Okay. She's born and brought up in Dubai, and she speaks native English, native, her mother tongue kind of, she's in, like English. Okay. So then finally I selected her, and I was super happy. And I selected the same teacher for the university for another student, but he is very small baby student. Okay. He is in, like, let's say, less than grade 5. Okay. I'll tell the whole story in the class, inshallah. So that kid skit base, less than grade 5, and I choose the same student for a teacher for that student as well, for the what do you call, for the postgraduate after you complete degree and all, you will do another qualification, right? That's called postgraduate for them and for this person also, because both of them parents requested us the best teacher. We wanted the best teacher. So for the same subject, so it's English. So English can be taught extremely well by an English person who is born and brought up in that kind of an environment, right? Yeah. So native English is called. So then, yeah. So that kind of a teacher you're going to meet. Okay. So now I think you can imagine the power of teachers you are going to get, and I'm going to share a little bit about that also, a little bit detail. And third one, what do you need? Okay, anyone messaging? Yeah. So, yeah. So, right. And then what happens is, third one, what do you need? A guide. Yeah, I'm going to be there with you. Okay. I'll be visiting your classes online. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to get the feedback. I'm going to see what's going on. Okay. And especially the motivation part. I'm going to do it for you all, because till next 6 months, you need some kind of energy, right? Some kind of, you feel better sometime, but then again, you go back to normal person. But that should not happen. You have to grow. I understand. And then I will be there. Okay. So when you get all these three things and think about it, are you getting these nowadays? Yeah. Without a question, no. I understand. But don't worry, you're going to get. Okay. And most of the people ask one, without schooling, can we join? Of course, you can join. But we have the other one, as I said, the 9 teachers one, that is without schooling, much better. But still, this is also fine. But after 1 month, you can decide. Don't worry. Okay. So the A grade teachers, that's what I was talking about. Because most of the time, what happens is you spend time with teachers, but you are not getting A grade teachers. I understand. But here you are going to get literally not just qualified, but most of them are dual qualification, like BBA, multiple qualification. There is a person MBBS, BSc Maths and Psychology, certificate in science. That's the standard of teachers you are going to meet. Okay. So that's going to make all the difference. I know that for a fact. And on top of that, you are going to get the 9A system plus the guidance from my side. So like I chose the best teacher for those 2 students. Okay. We have the best teacher for you also. So now you are going to get all these 3 things at this place. And finally, you are going to achieve the dream results you wanted. So all you need to do is like use the Google Map, man. Okay, in your word, okay, in your generation method, if I were to say, use this map, use this app, okay, app, no, yeah, this app will take you to the results. And now you are already using an app, I understand, and it's not going anywhere, right? Okay, so here's the thing. So now your question is how to start, right? Here is the step-by-step guide. So batch 2, we are starting on April 15th. So April, May, June, July, August, September. By October 15th, the map is, the vehicle is, reaching the destination. By October 15th, we are completing, and all these 6 mandatory subjects will be taken care. And you are now in the position of a confused state. Like, I don't understand, it's hard, it's difficult. I don't get the motivation, I don't get the study method. Don't worry. All these will be answered. And by the end of October 15th, so you have exam on when? December, right? But we are going to complete prior to that. By October 15th, you are in a confirmed position, from confusion to confirmed. Okay. So that's the way we are going to guide you. And how about others? There is another set of people, right? Who haven't even thought about it and still, daydreaming kind of things. That is daydreaming, confusion. That is today, let's say 15th of April. And by the time 15th of October, by the time you have you have reached that level, what would be their level, you think? Mark my word, they will be still in confusion. Because, as I said, these three things are absent in their life. Then it's almost impossible to achieve anything, people. But this is the place they will be there. But we want from here to here. That's the journey of these 6 months. So if you really want to achieve your dream, and parents, if your son or daughter want to achieve their dream, we are here. So to guide them. So let's go for the final part and the fee, which is we are focusing on all the 6 mandatory subjects during the 6-month period of time, and monthly fee. Monthly for each subject, 8 classes will be there, and monthly fee will be 3,100 per subject. So for a total, all 6 subjects, monthly, it will be 18,600 you are going to pay. So for the 6 month, for the whole thing, you should know, right, how much it will cost. It's going to cost you for whole 6 months without any extra payments. It's going to cost only 111,600. Okay, you are going to get everything. But for the first 20 students, we are giving the offer. So you can pay at one time offer method, where you are going to pay only 44,400 instead of 111,600, which is going to be technically your 2-month fee. Okay, for the whole 6 months, not even 2 months. Yeah, closely. Therefore, you are going to save 67,200. Okay, you are not going to pay 111,600, but this is only for first 20 students. So please don't delay and then request for this thing, because this we are offering for the first few people. Okay, right. And the schedule will be here it is, and the team will share with you again in the group. And you don't have to worry about any other classes and all, because you need A, right? Yeah, everything will be done here. So just sit at home, be safe, and study. And parents, you can observe. That's the big, big news we can give from our side. You don't have to worry. Like, you can see everything online, what's happening. So they're going to be in front of you all these 6 months. Okay, and study from your home. And due to petrol issue, traveling issue, nothing good. Yeah, those are the things not there, student, but those are the time we have to use. We won't get tired, so we can utilize that time, right? This is how we go for 9A easily compared to others. Okay, so the door is open, and now it's your time to enter. And yeah, that's it, people. Thank you for being here. And if you have any question, you can drop a message in WhatsApp or here. We will answer, and then we will move on. Yeah, we can move on, people. So yeah, if you have any question, you can drop in Zoom, or else you can message via WhatsApp to any numbers. I can access to all the numbers. Yeah. Do you have any questions? You all are happy? Now you have that dream come true feeling. You wanted to learn with the best teachers and the best method, best approach and all. Thank you. Yeah. All right. You're welcome. Yeah, you literally, there was a person who is messaging from I won't tell her name. Okay. But you made me felt better. Okay. You're saying like, good evening. Hi. Yeah. That's a very good attitude. Okay. Yeah, it literally made me like, okay, generally when we come to Google Zoom program, we just go on with that, right? But it's a very good, thing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the boost, yeah, that's the thing. You have to keep it, people, okay, till the exams. Okay, once we reach only, we have to take our mind to the rest of the things. So our plan is by October 15th, we are going to kind of complete and give you the space, then you are like, by the time you should have that confident, okay, where others will be like start thinking kind of where to start send them. You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Okay. All right. So that's the whole thing. I have given the whole idea, people, and thank you for your time and all. And now you can drop a message to ma'am and you can enroll in the batch 2. And yeah, I'll be there with you all. Okay. So, and it's going to be interesting. Like today we did, it's going to be really, really interesting, inshallah. And you're going to really learn, people. Okay. That's what I shared already. Like my background and my school and the thing we are doing everything. Okay, it's going to be very interesting. Studies is really interesting, people. It's not a hard thing if you do in a right way. But unfortunately, most of the people aren't getting into the right place. That's the only thing. But this time, you are going to get the best place and you are going to learn with the best teachers. And definitely, it'll help your whole future, man. Okay, once you get 9A, your life is going to be, yeah, totally different. Okay. Anyways, we'll meet there as a students. We are going to meet you all, inshallah, and I'll take you through the whole process. Okay. Anyways, good luck, people. Thank you for joining and have a great day. Bye.